All right, I got about a month before I retire. And of course, I've been talking to a lot of people about retirement. I've been talking about retirement for a long time at the office, so people know. And there's certain break points to retire that you should know. You know, when to retire. That's everyone's biggest question. Should I just keep lingering on? You know, it depends. You know what one of the big factors are? The age of your spouse. Did you marry an older woman? Did you marry a younger woman? Because like my situation, my wife's 3 years older than I am. So she retired a year ago. And we got into debates about, I told her if I have to work to 62, she should work to 62. And of course she always told me to stick it. But she ended up working to 63 because that's when her time she felt was right. But for me, I work for the government and there's certain break points. Once you get 20 years in, that's a point. Or it's something to think about retiring. Because I was thinking I could retire at, you can access your 401k at 59 and a half. That's a break point. You retire at my point, I had 20 years at age 60. That's a point. Because then you get full retirement. Or age 62. That's a break point because the government give you like a point or a 10% bonus to keep working till age 62. So that's another break point. So that's how I'm working until age 62. Just like the military break points. And you should get it in your head and you should just plan it through. Because in the military, it's like you're either going to do your initial enlistment or you should do 20 years. And if you do your 20 years, you get a pension. So that's a break point, of course. And nowadays you get 40% of your base pay plus a 401k in the military. But that was my thought process. I've been planning on retirement my whole life. Because when I joined the military, it was like, I'll just do the initial 4 years and get out, go to college, or I'll stay 20. Those are my two options, because then you get a pension. And I ended up staying in 20 to get the pension, but not more than 20. You could have stayed at the time I went in, if you stayed in 20, you got 50% of your base pay. If you stayed 30 years, you get 75%. It just increased every year. And you got pay raises and pay bumps every year, every 2 years. But just know your break points. When's a good time to retire? Like my job, I've been telling them all along. And I tell everybody, if you work for the government, work till age 62. 62, you get a 10% bonus. And yeah, it's a good incentive to keep working, because I was going to retire at 60. The government's a good place to work, because they also have something called the bridge. If you make it to 60, they'll cover you until 62 when your Social Security can kick in. So they sort of pay you your Social Security early. But that's why you got to know all the rules and regulations dealing with your job, and you have to know where the break points are that's best for you. And like I've been discovering at work, a lot of people, you married a younger woman that's 9-10 years younger than you, they're still working, they're gonna want you to keep working. But the longer you work, the more money you have, the more money you can play with. My current boss, he's I think 4 years older than me. He just bought himself a $100,000 Porsche because he's got the money, got a younger wife, she's still working, she can't retire, and 401k just keeps kicking in. We can do with a couple $1 million in the bank, still working. Get what you want, enjoy life. Because now reality's starting to kick in where, how many years do you have left? With 30% of the population overweight, let's get serious, folks. If you weigh over 200 pounds, you'd be lucky to make it to age 70. That's just the cold, hard facts. If you make it to 80, you're in extremely rough shape. Do your research. It's common sense. Being overweight's a bad thing. It's hard on the heart, hard on the whole body, hard on the joints. That's why I just came back from my simple 2-mile run. You gotta keep exercising, folks. Keep moving the body, because it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's completely worthless if you don't have health. You're gonna give all your money to the doctors or some service aid that's gotta take care of you because you can't move anymore. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share the information, leave a comment. Thanks.